What up? Peace, peace, peace. Good morning. Hope all's well. Pray that y'all have having a good day, man. Hopefully the Most High, your house y'all blessing everything I do, man. I was gonna do a little video, man. I was going to contemplate on doing this, but I was like, no, I'm gonna do it anyway, man, because no, I don't really just for the sake of like time and yeah, for the sake of time, because I can't even like shout out to all what they did, man. But I was reading the Maccabees, of course, and and I had waited because I wanted to wait it on in the season, like I wanted to wait till like the winter time, and to read it again because I was contemplating on it after I read because I'm kind of delving in between a couple of things, uh, but yeah, man. So I was reading Maccabees, man. Everything that these brothers did, man, like through all of them, man. Judas, Simon, and all of them, man. Every Matthias, all of the Maccabees, man. What these brothers did, man, was just crazy, man. How they stood for the Most High, stood for the law, statute, command, fought for all the wars they fought. They fought for they loved their people. They fought for their brothers, man. They fought for their people, man. For the Most High, died for His laws. Everything that they had, man. They put their lives on the line for the laws, died for the commandments, man. They fought, avenge their brothers and all that, man. Throughout, if we read first, man. I'm on second Maccabees now. I didn't start it yet. Yeah, I'm reading it again, but because it had been a little minute since I had read the Maccabees, so but I'm rereading it again. I'm in second Maccabees now, but I don't know, man. I just want to go into this another. I can put this in another of another greatness and exploits, man. I'm put this in that, man, this category. So it's kind of this video is going to be about, man. I just want to give them actually. Let me get this in Sirach, Ecclesiastes, because everything these brothers did, man, they stood firm, man. They fought for the nation, man, fought for their people, fought for us, man, the nation of Israel. They put their lives on the line for the Most High, man, these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. So, and everything they did, the faith that they had, and yeah, man, man, this everything, man, that's, so yeah, let me get this real quick, man. That's why I like doing this, like, in this type of videos about, greatness and exploits, shouting out, because, that's the thing, man, because, even though, like, the Most High says if in His time, the Most High will exalt you, man, but the great thing about this, man, how these men, like the prophets, our forefathers, they were so humble, and, not only then, in their time, they was exalted, sometimes, they were hated a lot, they were hated a lot, but some of them was exalted, some people, like, they had a good name though, but even though some people like envied them or didn't dislike them though, but that's why the Most High exalted them in their time, even in this time, that's how everything they did, man. So the Most High, they're getting even exalted now to this day, man. So that's why the scriptures even say a good name lasts forever, man. So even the ones that we don't even read about, or the ones people that was mentioned briefly, man, but they still getting like I touched on before, man, the Most High saw what they did. The angels never forgot what they did, so they getting exalted by them. So that's really all that matters. But let me get this though. I don't want to digress too much because let me get Ecclesiastes chapter 44. Ecclesiastes, also known as Sirach, chapter 44 and verse 1. It says, "Let us now praise famous men and our fathers that begot us," man. So yeah, man, that's why I like doing these type of videos, man, and all the other brothers, man. That's what we do when we go in these scriptures, and whether y'all brothers teach teach the people, where brothers teach, or y'all brothers do videos, or y'all brothers do other things, man. That's what we doing, man. Teach our people the law, statutes, commandments, and everything the prophets taught, man. Everything they did, man. So that's what we're doing, man. Praising our fathers that begot us, man, and that's it, man. So yeah, man, but just going back to that, man, just going back to the Maccabees, man, everything that these brothers did, man, was just, yeah, man, it was just phenomenal, man. I was reading really what stood out to me because I hate doing this, man. I really hate doing this because I just don't want to pick out one, man, but, what Simon did, man, was just, I was just reading it, man, it was like a movie. Let me get to it, man, because, let me get to it. Because I hate doing this because I want to single out because all of them, all those brothers did, man, all the honorable, noble things those brothers did, man, was was phenomenal. But this really stuck out to me, man, because it was like, let me get this. First Maccabees chapter. All right. Yeah, First Maccabees chapter 13, verse 4. Verse 4, it says, by reason whereof all my brethren are slain, for Israel's sake I'm left alone. So this is when all Simon, like, every office he's hearing about, what happened, how all his brothers pretty much died in war, and he was left alone at this. So he was the only one that had to redeem Israel, man. And as you read on, man, he did that, man. He felt, and he said, listen, man, and I feel alone, man, because it kind of reminded me of like a movie, man, like when all, like, say like a movie, all the characters pretty much die, and the one person left alone is basically to avenge, the brother's death of their people, man. So it was kind of, he had to you had to put the nation on his back pretty much, because all his brothers died, and like we just read, he said, for Israel's sake, man, I'm here by myself, basically. And what's so ill about Simon is he wasn't even the man. Actually, let's go back to First Maccabees chapter chapter 2, because this is when Mattathias is no, that's not it. Yeah, I think that's not it. Yeah, this is when I think, Mattathias is I think it was Mattathias. Yeah, I think, yeah. Hold on, let me get that. Hold on for a minute, because I think. Yeah, I think this was when Mattathias was about to die, and basically he's kind of giving Judas and all the rest of the Maccabees, his sons, like the King David speech. Remember what King David said to Solomon before he died, and like Solomon, show yourself a man, keep the commandments. That's what Mattathias is basically doing here, man. And this is what he said though. He said, I'm gonna go to I'm sorry, verse 64. This is First Maccabees chapter 2, verse 64. He says, wherefore, ye my sons, be violent, and show yourselves men in behalf of the law, for by ye shall obtain glory, which they did. Verse 65, and behold, I know that your brother Simon is a man of counsel, and give ear unto him always, and he shall be as a father unto you. Yeah, so Simon, he was the man known as of counsel, man. But I'm reading on at verse 66. And as for Judas Maccabeus, he hath been mighty and strong, even from youth up. Let him be your captain, fight in the battle and of the people. So yeah, Judas was in charge of like the war matters, like stuff like pertaining to like wars and combat, all the military. He was in charge of that. Mattathias says, what, he's gonna be in charge of that. War matters, like matters of military. He's gonna be that. But Simon, you're gonna be like you're like the man of counsel, basically. You're gonna be as a father. So when people have the issues, stuff like that, they're gonna come to you. You're gonna be like the counselor. So it's kind of going to like 1 Corinthians 12, like kind of like the different offices, basically. That's what that's kind of going into, like how we all have different offices. There's teachers, there's helps givers, there's givers, builders, I'm trying to think of people that do, I don't know, can speak different languages, brothers as well versed in history, brothers as well versed in art, brothers that, just different ways in the body of Christ, and body of Haushai, and body of this whole work, this whole ministry that is that, that's different offices in it, because, you got the teachers, got the counselors, teachers, counselors, brothers that's good at history, brothers speak different languages, builders, givers, brothers that have a lot of money, they help to the ministry, stuff like that. So that's what that's kind of going into. But I want to start I want to go at 65, because Simon was a man of counsel. So after all, going back here on 13, after all that, his brothers died. He had to go avenge Israel by himself, man. So he used basically all he had, his money, his resources, and he gathered all what he could, what the people, man, to avenge our nation, man. And he did that, man. And that's crazy. What that stood out to me, because I'm like, man, he wasn't even known for that, man. But he still had to do that, because he's like, if not him, then who was going to do it, man? So he had to do it, man. It kind of reminded me when I was reading it. It was like a movie, like damn, it's like all because y'all seen movies like that where all the pretty much all the characters die and there's one left and he had to avenge, whatever his friends or his family members, just for their sake, man. So he was left all alone pretty much. So yeah, and as you read on, man, he did that. So let me get that. Let me get First Maccabees chapter 14, verse 32. And at which time Simon rose up and fought for his nation and spent much of his own substance and armed the valiant man of his nation and gave them their wages. Yeah, man. So he did all that, man, and he was like he wasn't even known for war like that. I mean, of course, before he died, I think no, he told his sons like I was fighting wars. I was doing this stuff in my youth, but that's like his father told him like that's something that he wasn't his main thing. Judas was more like in charge of military matters and combat and war, but he was more the man of counsel, the wise man that you go to, to give advice, pretty much like. So he was like, and that was his office, man. So he did all this, man. That just shows how blessed it is to be well versed in different things, man. Because not to get too sidetracked, because like I was mentioning about the different offices, there's different brothers that have different gifts that's good in the history that can teach and knows other languages, and there's brothers that help, that give or some brothers that are good with like music and stuff like that. So there's different things that that's the brothers that's in this knowledge are good at, man. So and they and that's how they use it, man. So but yeah, but that just stood out to me because Simon wasn't even known for that, and everything that he did when you read on like everything he did, man. So that's in the nation during this time, man, was at peace, man, because everything he did, so all his days. Let me get that in verse 14. Chapter 14, verse 4. The first Maccabees, chapter 14, verse 4. As for the land of Judea, that was quiet all the days of Simon, for he saw good of his nation, in such wise that evermore his authority and honor pleased them well, man. So yeah, man, that's just the power of good leadership as well, man. Because like I always say, I think if I didn't mention this before, man, like that's why good leadership is important too. Is like good because from the time when Joshua died, when it says in Joshua the 24th chapter, and like I think the 31st verse, Israel, we served the Lord, all the days of Joshua, but right after Joshua died, we went astray, we went off, man, and we really didn't get it right till like, if for real, to be honest, we had some good judges here and there, but that did great, but we didn't really get right to like King David, and even that had corruption, and that just shows the power of having like good leadership, man. So having a good king, like Iraq says, as an officer, I mean as a judge. So let me get that. Paraphrasing. Yeah, well, Ecclesiastes, also known as Sirach, chapter 10, verse 1. It says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As a judge of the people himself, so are his officers, and in what manner of the ruler of the city is, such are they that dwell therein. So, see, that's why I said, and when we read in Maccabees, that's why, on the land, in all the days of Simon, man, the land was Israel. We was at peace, man. The land we all was, followed the law, statutes, and commandments. You all served the Most High. We all were, we were under good leadership, and everything was at peace. Everything was in order. We was like, in our rightful place, man. Even like I just mentioned about Joshua, and then said when it said Israel served Joshua all his days. So even after like even like going even into Judges, it said I think they said that about like Gideon as well. But as soon as certain of our leaders died, as soon as certain of our kings died or judges died, rulers died, that's when righteous rulers died, or we that's when we run astray because our people we just do the same thing over again pretty much. When you read the Bible, man, I was talking about this with a brother yesterday. It's like, yo, we really just doing the same thing over and over again, even to this day, man. So that's how I can tell we people of this book, man, because it's the same thing. We do it over and over and over again, man. But not to get too off topic, man. But I just want to, take some time out and just all the Maccabees. I just didn't mean to single out Simon, but all the Maccabees, man. Just read the first Maccabees, second Maccabees, everything they did, man. It kind of speaks for itself, man. So it's being talked about to this day, man. So yeah, hopefully this was edifying, man. So I'm out. Peace.